Cuttydale still the leader. From Grange Break the outside, then Dubacilla, Lumberjack, a half then to the Widget Man. 3 out of 4 is next, and a gap then to Dubacilla, I should say, at the rear of the field, Rough Quest. Racing out of Swinley Bottom now and heading towards 6 out. There's the riderless horse in the background, Mighty Falcon. 6 out though, and it's Cuttydale who led over it. From Dubacilla and Lumberjack wider out. Grange Break flat to the boards now. 3 out of 4 being niggled on the extreme right as they head to 5 out. And it's Cuttydale who led over it from Grange Break. Then in the centre, Dubacilla. On the right then is Lumberjack. He's getting to work on 3 out of 4 as they come to the final ditch, 4 out. And it's Cuttydale who led over it there. A slight mistake by Lumberjack on the outside. Dubacilla going well in second now. Rough Quest is running on. Followed then next in the field by Grange Break as they come to 3 out. And Cuttydale went right through the top of that one. He barely took off at all, and the mare Dubacilla strides into the lead on the outside. Rough Quest is behind them, followed by the Widget Man running on as a big danger. And they're about 4 lengths to Grange Break, flat to the boards. They've kicked away from 3 out of 4 who's run his race. They've got 2 fences left to jump, and Dubacilla going well in the lead. But here's Rough Quest, and on the outside the Widget Man as they come to the second last. Then follows behind them Cuttydale, a gap to Grange Break, and then 3 out of 4. 1 fence left to jump, and Rough Quest looms up on the outside now to throw out the big challenge to Dubacilla. A half length the Widget Man on the near side. They've drawn right away. They come to the final fence in the centre. Rough out on the outside now. It's Rough Quest, and on the far side Dubacilla. They're fighting it out tooth and nail, nothing between them. The mare's digging deep. She's finding a bit more. Dubacilla, she's got the lead again near the home, and Dubacilla gets up to win. A half length to Rough Quest. A mighty win it was too. About 8 or 10 lengths then to the Widget Man, followed next in the field by 3 out of 4. Then Cuttydale, Grange Break, and Lumberjack is the last to finish. The winner, number 1, Dubacilla, owned by Mrs. Veronica Cole, trained by Henry Cole and ridden by Dean Gallagher, his 17th winner of the season, and the winner at 11th.
On the inside, Lady Cricket very close under Tony McCoy, and these 5 horses covered by merely 3 lengths as they turn left-handed and begin the run slightly downhill towards the cross fence. This is 5 out they're coming to. Ballinclay King is a few lengths adrift now, not as far as drift as Elred does. They take the cross fence at which Eskley Brook and Rock Force came very close together. Ballinclay King made a pretty bad mistake. Fidalco is driving up the inside as they make the final turn, with Lady Cricket challenging out wide. Jungley is now feeling the pinch. They run down the straight. Fidalco strongly on the inside under Ruby Walsh from Eskley Brook. Then Rock Force, Lady Cricket away towards the outside, almost 4 in a line as they run down towards 4 out. Another plain fence. Lady Cricket possibly the first to rise there. From Fidalco over on the far side, Rock Force has run a very good race, whatever the result in 3rd place. The final open ditch coming up, and Lady Cricket is cutting loose now, and she jumps it nimbly from Rock Force and Fidalco, the 2 Nichols runners, having to fight it out for runner-up places at the moment because Lady Cricket is careering away, running towards the second last. Lady Cricket hops over, gave it plenty of air then. Fidalco in second. Rock Force getting tired, didn't get very high back in 3rd. Then Eskley Brook and Jungley, and racing for the final fence now, and it's Lady Cricket for Martin Pipe, Tony McCoy and David Johnson. She sails over, and she's a good 15 lengths clear of Fidalco. Then Rock Force, Eskley Brook is staying on again, so too Jungley, but nothing will catch this mare in front. She's coming home on pretty much a tight rein here today, Lady Cricket. First time out. She's going to win today, and win in some style as well. Lady Cricket wins the Game Spirit Chase from Fidalco in second, Eskley Brook in 3rd, Jungley 4th, then Rock Force, who got very leg weary, understandably, on the run-in, followed home by Elred and Ballinclay King. Lady Cricket, the 15-8 winner of this at the races. As Mr. Banjo kicks on slightly again, a couple of lengths as they jump the flight at the top of the hill. Didn't get very high at it. Barton looking dangerous in second. Lady Rebecca equally so in 3rd. Then Teatral runs for Paddy, just dropping off them now. Getting a bit tired in 5th place. And finally Handsome as they reach the top of the hill then. A few sighs of relief as they begin to feel the ground giving way from them, and it's Mr. Banjo with Barton in 2nd place. Barton, the winner of the Royal and Sun Alliance hurdle here at the 99 Festival. They're followed by Lady Rebecca back from the paddocks. She didn't get in foal. She's been brought back to racing, but Mr. Banjo continues to lead from Barton. Lady Rebecca on the outside. Norman Williamson has got a double handful at the moment. Teatral in fourth as they jump the second last. Mr. Banjo, Barton in the centre. Lady Rebecca on the outside. Teatral in fourth place. So they run towards the final bend, and Mr. Banjo is really trying to stretch the other two. A few signs of distress from Tony Dobbin on Barton, but Mr. Banjo hasn't got little Lady Rebecca off the bit yet, and here she comes. Mr. Banjo by 2 lengths to Lady Rebecca, who's won this race twice before, in 1999 and 2000. Can she win again in 2001? She's won 6 times in the past at Cheltenham, and she's waiting to pick up Mr. Banjo. Mr. Banjo, who cost 240,000 guineas. Lady Rebecca, who cost just 400 guineas as a yearling. They race together towards the final flight. Mr. Banjo in the noseband. Here's Lady Rebecca, takes over, jumping the last, and now Norman Williamson asks the mare to climb her favourite hill again. Mr. Banjo can't go with this leader in second place, and Lady Rebecca, a 7th win at Cheltenham, a 3rd win in the Byrne Brothers Cleve Hurdle. What a marvellous mare. In second, Mr. Banjo. They're a long way clear of Anzum flying through for 3rd and running an eye-catching trial for the Stayers Hurdle. Teatral 4th.
Side of Dortmund Park. Super Sunday is then being followed by Shane's Hill and Bapom. They're very well strung out, racing on towards the next flight. Apple's Jade on the outside of Wicklow Brave, slightly coming back to Limini and Dortmund Park. Super Sunday is driven along in 5th. Then Bapom and Shane's Hill, early doors and Farcla. They're at the 5 as they come now towards the flight on the approach to the straight. This is 3 from home. In the air together, Apple's Jade on the outside of Wicklow Brave. Limini is 3rd. Pushed along in 4th is Dortmund Park, and then Super Sunday as they run the home turn. Half a mile to go and 2 flights to jump, and Apple's Jade picks it up and goes on from Wicklow Brave. They're clear from Limini and Super Sunday. Bapom has made some ground on the outside of Dortmund Park and then early doors, but turning their heads for home with 2 to jump. And the Bar1Racing.com, Hatton's Grace Hurdle, and it's a familiar sight as Apple's Jade and Jack Kennedy are powering away from Limini. Super Sunday and Bapom over 2 out. Apple's Jade a long way clear, just the 1 flight to jump. And the Bar1Racing.com, Hatton's Grace Hurdle, it is Apple's Jade, Jack Kennedy for Gordon Elliott and Jigginstown down towards the final flight. Apple's Jade over from Super Sunday, a remote second, and then Bapom, who made a mistake with Limini next. But Apple's Jade joins an elite club in winning 3 Hatton's Grace Hurdles by a wide margin. Super Sunday 2nd on return with Limini 3rd, and then Bapom early doors, Farcla.
And that's it. And they're running and racing towards the 1st with Large Action, one of the first to show. Shawir's right up there too. And over on the far side, Valfine. Large Action. Oh, and a faller there is Merchant House. Merchant House has gone at the 1st. Very nearly brought down Morley Street, but Brad just avoided the flying hooves of Merchant House, whose rider's up on his feet all right. The horse is up on his feet too, and he's pursuing the remainder. And Valfine is the leader as they come down towards the 2nd. Valfine from Shawir and Large Action with Halkapoo just in behind them, and then comes High Baron. Just in behind High Baron is Land of Far. Over the 2nd, Valfine landed clear of Large Action. Halcopus, then on the near side, Shawir. High Baron's just in behind them with Land of Far, Flaky Dove on the inside, then Muse. Then Mulboard and Absalom's Lady in Granville again. Behind Granville, Oh So Risky and King Credo. And then a gap of about 8 lengths to Morley Street, the previous winner of the race. The winner in 91. And as they go down into the country now, it's Valfine who's taking him along at a good clip from Shawir on the outside of Large Action, then Halcopus, and then High Baron and Flaky Dove and Land of Far and Mulboard, and then Muse behind Muse, Absent Lady, and then comes Granville again, and Oh So Risky and King Credo, and then a gap to Morley Street. Coming to the 3rd now, Valfine is clear. Jumps it well clear of Shawir, who jumped it 2nd, Large Action 3rd, Halcopus next, and then Land of Far, Muse on the outside, Flaky Dove making progress towards the inner. Going wide, looking for the better ground, probably Adrian Maguire on King Credo as they come down towards the 4th flight of the 8, and Valfine is a clear leader. Valfine over, clear of Hal Copus, who's gone 2nd. Flaky Dove is making good progress, just in behind Large Action, who's 3rd. Right over the far side now, and Valfine still clear. Valfine from Hal Copus, Large Action, Flaky Dove, Shawia, behind them Land of Far, over the 5th. Valfine landed clear of Hal Copus, Large Action, Shawia, Flaky Dove. Beginning the run downhill now. And Valfine still with a clear advantage over Hal Copus, who's now a clear 2nd. Then on the inside, it's Large Action. Land of Far is getting into the argument with Shawia also. Just in behind them, Flaky Dove. Oh So Risky is making ground also, and Muse over on the far side, but it's still Valfine with the advantage as they come down to the next flight. 3 from home, Valfine lands in the lead from Hal Copus, going strongly under Declan Murphy. Large Action's making good progress. Land of Far's well there on the outside with Flaky Dove. Towards the right, it's Valfine from Large Action, Hal Copus, Flaky Dove and Land of Far. Over the 2nd last now, and as they come to jump it, it's Large Action and Land of Far are fallen there. Land of Far has gone, and it's Large Action, the novice, the leader under Jamie Osborne. Flaky Dove putting in a challenge, and here comes Oh So Risky with a devastating challenge too. They're coming to the final flight, and it's Flaky Dove who's hit the front now. From on the far side, Large Action, then Oh So Risky. Flaky Dove over from Large Action. Oh So Risky still improving on the near side. It's Flaky Dove from Oh So Risky as they race into the closing stages. Flaky Dove, the mare from Oh So Risky, and Large Action as they race up towards the line. Flaky Dove is going to win the Smurfit Champion hurdle off the line. Flaky Dove has won it. Oh So Risky is 2nd, Large Action is 3rd. Mulboard was 4th, and then came Muse Absence, Lily and Gramble again, and Shawia behind Shawia was Hal Copus, and then the long-time leader Valfine, and then High Baron, and so the result of the 1994 and 65th running of the Smurfit Champion hurdle. First, number 15, Flaky Dove, owned by Mr. Tom Price, trained by his son Richard Price, and ridden by Mark Dwyer. 2nd was number 12, Oh So Risky, owned by the Oh So Risky Syndicate, trained by David Ellsworth and ridden by Paul Holly. And 3rd was number 7, Large Action, owned by Mr. V.T. Stuart Brown, trained by Oliver Sherwood and ridden by Jamie Osborne, with 4th, number 9, Mulboard.
What a great race. Everything with a chance from the inside there. Valfinets with the red sleeves just beginning to fade. What a great race from the blue. Large Action's run, but look at Mark Dwyer in the classic position, just out of trouble in the red on Flaky Dove. A tremendous riding performance by him. This is he joins the elites now, having won Gold Cups and Champion hurdles. But let's have a little bit of thought for Norman Williamson, whose ban has cost him the ride on this mare. But I suspect that Richard Price will be absolutely delighted to have brought the Champion hurdle to my home county of Herefordshire in a little farm down there near Leominster, and I'm sure they'll be getting the cider and the champagne out later. Oh So Risky, been beautifully delivered by Paul Holly, but just wasn't good enough to quicken up the hill. If you'd able to bet here, I'm sure many would be still betting on Oh So Risky having the turn of foot to beat them.
Yes, and don't forget old Mulboard back in 4th place at the age of 12. But here, Large Action on the right of the picture, great race for a novice. Flaky Dove, another advertisement for British breeders, bred at home by Oates, the late Oates, who stood at Robin Knight's Cobble Court stud, comes home for the Price family. Of course, Dawn Run was a great winner of this. I wonder, will Flaky go on to jump fences and win a Gold Cup?
I know Richard Price has got the old mare in foal again, 2 Henbit, and there's several other half-brothers and sisters there at home that have shot up drastically in value. I know Richard Price offered me one by Idiot's Delight earlier when I went to see him. I don't think I could afford him now. And there is the starting prices. First, number 15, Flaky Dove, 9-1. Second, number 12, Oh So Risky, 9-4. And third, number 7, the novice Large Action at 8-1.
It's simple.
Come on. And he lets them go, starter Robbie Supple. They're on their way then for the championship race. The 2 miles, Stan James, champion hurdle, the new one on the near side of Annie Power. And then on the far side, Nichols Canyon, the new one just jumping to the right slightly. The next one is My Tent or Yours in the white cap on the far side in 4th place as they make the long run towards the second flight. Identity Thief in the maroon jacket from Little Rockefeller, red and yellow check sleeves. The grey is Hargam. Then Top Notch in the dark green cap. The white cap behind Top Notch on the far side then is Peace and Co. Sempre Medici near side camping ground, and Sign of a Victory is the early back marker. Heading towards the stands, and the mare Annie Power in front from the new one in second, and then Nichols Canyon third on the inside from My Tent or Yours, and the pace looks brisk, followed by Identity Thief, who landed slightly on all 4s in 5th. Then Little Rockefeller, who's nudged along, just feeling it a little bit in these early stages, from Top Notch on his outside, on his inside Hargam, then Peace and Co, Sempre Medici, and towards the back Camping Ground and Sign of a Victory. So Ruby Walsh out in front, endeavouring to make all the running here on Annie Power in the Susanna Ritchie colours. Second is the new one, trying to win at his 3rd attempt. Then Nichols Canyon, My Tent or Yours, and Identity Thief. That group of 5, 3 or 4 lengths clear of Little Rockefeller and Top Notch. And then behind those is Peace and Co. as they head towards this next flight. In the back straight, Annie Power jumping it well, rather better than Nichols Canyon, who was a little bit awkward in 4th place. On down the back towards the next, and Annie Power continues to make it then, with close up now into second My Tent or Yours, and then the new one, Nichols Canyon, Identity Thief, Top Notch in about 6th place on the outside of Little Rockefeller, then Peace and Co and Sign of a Victory. Lovely jump by Annie Power there. Hargam towards the rear of the field with Camping Ground and Sign of a Victory. Ruby Walsh looks really comfortable on the pace here aboard the mare Annie Power, trying to break her Cheltenham hoodoo after 2 previous failures here. My Tent or Yours second. They race towards 4 out. Then the new one on the outside, a little slow from Nichols Canyon, Identity Thief, and then Top Notch as they run now towards the top of the hill. About to swing left-handed then and head towards the 3rd last flight. About 5 furlongs left to run in the champion hurdle. And Annie Power has made all the running so far. Shadowed in second by My Tent or Yours. Then on the outside, the new one, Nichols Canyon, just in behind Annie Power in the mare Slipstream in 4th place. Identity Thief is 5th. Top Notch on the outside. Then Sign of a Victory. Little Rockefeller's always been off the bridle. Here's 3 out. Annie Power lands ahead. Annie Power trying to turn the screw from the front. She stays a good bit further than 2 miles. She's coasting at the moment as they run on towards the second last. My Tent or Yours, the new one. Then Nichols Canyon, Top Notch in behind them. Here's 2 out. Annie Power pops over. My Tent or Yours coming there strongly. Hasn't always got up the hill in the past. Then Nichols Canyon, the new one out wide, and Top Notch. They run into the home straight. Annie Power trying to kick away from My Tent or Yours, and push now comes to shove. It's Annie Power by 3 lengths to My Tent or Yours and Nichols Canyon as they race towards the last. Can she get over it this time? Annie Power, she's over safely. 4 or 5 lengths to My Tent or Yours and Nichols Canyon, and Annie Power powering up the Cheltenham Hill, the first mare to win the champion hurdle for 22 years. Annie Power wins the big race. Tight second, Nichols Canyon and My Tent or Yours. Then the new one, Top Notch. Further back, Identity Thief, Little Rockefeller. Then Camping Ground, Sign of a Victory, and Hargam, the last to finish. Peace and Co has been pulled up. What a fine performance by Annie Power. No repeats of the dramas at the final flight, as was the case 12 months ago when she had the mare's hurdle at her mercy and took a dramatic fall, which came to the rescue of the bookmakers. It was seldom in doubt. She travelled so well on the front end, jumped well. It's another for Willie Mullins and Ruby Walsh, and this one, a big one.
Not so sleepy on the outside. Johnny Burke says he's going to charge away. Johnny Burke says if he lines up with the others, you've got a chance. And Not So Sleepy and Appreciated are the first 2 to show. Short run to the first in the Unibet champion hurdle, and Appreciated bounds to a decisive lead early on of 3 or 4 lengths. Second, Not So Sleepy. Tommy's Oscar fired up in 3rd place. Green and red racing keenly. Honeysuckle taking a wide passage in the pale blue. Also on the inside, we have the likes of Tihupu and Epatante in the green and gold with the white cap. Saint-Roy, green and gold with a green cap, white star. Adagio, Glory and Fortune held up towards the rear of the field. Tihupu in the very pale colours with the black sleeve. So having established that he wants to lead, Paul Townend now just steadies it down on Appreciate It. Not So Sleepy, the more diminutive horse, in second place, is a length down, with Zana here in third. Honeysuckle, the reigning champion, unbeaten towards the outside with Tommy's Oscar, Tihupu and Epatante, a virtual line of 4 as they take flight number 2. Back markers Saint-Roy, Glory and Fortune, and Adagio is last of all. So Appreciate It with Not So Sleepy. His rider Johnny Burke's just happy to sit passively outside the leader. And they're about half a length between the pairs in front of the packed grandstands that were so empty 12 months ago. They turn away and race on towards the third. Zana here in third place, Epatante and Honeysuckle. A brace of mares, one on the rails, Epatante, one out wide, Honeysuckle. Tihupu and Tommy's Oscar, who's settled a little better now between the pair. Adagio, Glory and Fortune and Saint-Roy. The pace has notably steadied, and Not So Sleepy for the first time applies a little bit of pressure to Appreciate It. Zana here is in third place, Honeysuckle in fourth. Epatante with Tihupu and Tommy's Oscar as they race towards the third flight of hurdles. Back marker over at Glory and Fortune, a couple towards the back, all make some progress and jump amongst horses, notably Adagio. So Appreciate It, Not So Sleepy. Zana here with Honeysuckle charting the wide course. Adagio out wide as well with Tommy's Oscar, Tihupu and Epatante, Glory and Fortune and Saint-Roy. The champion hurdle field are well bunched as they head towards the halfway stage. Appreciate It, giving that plenty of daylight, has the lead from Not So Sleepy. Zana here is in third, Honeysuckle on the outside of Tommy's Oscar, Tihupu and Epatante, and they're still well bunched. Adagio, having moved up, is still there in about 8th place on the outside, then Glory and Fortune and Saint-Roy. So turning towards the flight that's taken on the ascent, and Appreciate It saw a good stride there and continues to lead. Not So Sleepy and Zana here, Honeysuckle in close attendance in fourth with Epatante, 2 previous winners, with Tihupu next and Adagio. Tommy's Oscar just a bit short of room there as they make the turn downhill towards the third last, then Glory and Fortune and Saint-Roy. So Appreciate It just asked to press on again. Not So Sleepy pushed along. Then Zana here, Honeysuckle and Epatante are both poised, but this little group have got away from Tihupu, who is under pressure. Adagio comes next, then Saint-Roy, Tommy's Oscar, Glory and Fortune ridden cold at the back of the field as they race towards the third last. Appreciate It has the lead. Honeysuckle jumps up well, switches towards the outside. Zana here just trying to keep that tight, but the gap is there for Honeysuckle. Epatante on the leader's heels, then behind these Saint-Roy, then Not So Sleepy, and they've pulled clear, 2 out. Appreciate It joined by Honeysuckle, then Zana here as they take the second last. Honeysuckle now asked to go and challenge Appreciate It. Zana here on the outside, then Epatante, and Honeysuckle moves to the lead for Rachel Blackmore. Appreciate It, then ridden along is Zana here and Epatante as they head down towards the last in the champion hurdle. Honeysuckle has the lead, hasn't quite seen off Epatante, who is rallying in a 1-2 for the ladies, and this is the final flight of hurdles. Honeysuckle over, Epatante paddles through it, then Zana here in third, and it is Honeysuckle once again off up the Cheltenham Hill and bounding away. Another champion hurdle for Honeysuckle, remains unbeaten. Rachel Blackmore and Henry de Bromhead, the first pair to win 2 champion hurdles. Followed home by Epatante, Zana here, Saint-Roy, Glory and Fortune, Not So Sleepy, Appreciate It, Adagio, Tommy's Oscar and Tihupu. A mare in a million has gone through the £1 million worth of prize money, and in doing so notched her 2nd champion hurdle and her 15th unbeaten victory. Epatante in 2nd place, in 3rd Zana here. Henry de Bromhead, who farmed the major prizes 12 months ago. The first leg of this year's jigsaw is in place. Honeysuckle, back-to-back champion hurdles for Rachel Blackmore.
Racing's golden duo have done it again. We're about to witness something very special. Finally, they'll get that adulation and welcome they so deserved last year. She's already a global sports star, and this will resonate around the world. Brilliant in its simplicity. Alice, Honeysuckle and Rachel, 15 out of 15.
Rachel, take a breath. Take a breath. Last year you did this all on your own, nobody here. This year, the world is here to celebrate you 2 incredible girls.
Oh, look, it's just incredible. Walking out there in front of the stand, all the people. Oh, this is such a special place, and I'm so lucky to be riding winners here and on this mare. So class to have Kenny here today as well. He missed her last year, and oh, she's just incredible. Yeah.
You went wide all the way, but she's so tenacious, isn't she? You're so confident to take it up far out.
Yeah, she is. Like, she kind of decides in a race when she's happy to go, and I haven't stopped her from doing that yet. So yeah, look, she's just an incredible mare, and you know, the work that goes into her at home as well is unbelievable. You know, Henry's got a massive team of staff down there in Knockeen, and you know, they deserve all the credit for this as well.
Rachel, I cannot tell you what it's going to be like going down into that bear pit, but we are so thrilled for you. Well done.
Thank you so much. Thanks, everyone.
The race towards the first of the 11 fences. Buckhouse, Tommy Carmody, 3 lengths behind Tony Mullins, and Dawn Run as they take the first fence. Dawn Run jumps out to the left there, and Buckhouse in second as they round the turn at the top and go towards the second. Dawn Run going at a fairly steady pace. Buckhouse 2 lengths adrift, going now to fence number 2. Dawn Run went to the left of the first. Let's see how she takes this one. Buckhouse a couple of lengths back. Dawn Run, Buckhouse safely over, and they're going down the hill now and making their way towards the first ditch. Gold Cup winner leads the 2-mile champion chaser by about 3 lengths. Pace increased somewhat now as they run on towards fence number 3. Dawn Run, Buckhouse, 3 lengths off the leader. Dawn Run again jumping to the left, but jumps it safely and leads Buckhouse by 3 lengths as they come to fence number 4, a plain fence. Dawn Run, Buckhouse, 3 lengths separating them. Now they're going down the back, 3 fences in the back straight. The last of them will be the final ditch, and Dawn Run in the lead, about 2.5 lengths in front of Buckhouse. Both horses going well within themselves as they meet the first down the back. Dawn Run in the lead by just over 2 lengths. Buckhouse beginning to get closer and closes up over that one to within a length. Going now towards the next fence. They jump before the final ditch. Dawn Run by 3/4 of a length, and Buckhouse on the inside. They jump it together, Dawn Run and Buckhouse. Little cheers between them there. Buckhouse away from the fence, almost alongside the Gold Cup winner now as they go towards the 5th from home, the final ditch. Dawn Run in the lead by a length from Buckhouse. Dawn Run jumps it well. Buckhouse a length and a half adrift as they start the long sweeping bend now before the 4th last fence. £25,000 at stake in this match, with Dawn Run in the lead by a length and a half. Still going easily, the pair of them, as they come towards the 4th last. Dawn Run the leader as they round the turn towards the 4th from home. A 2-length advantage the mare has now over the 2-mile champion chaser as they come towards the 4th from home. Dawn Run. Buckhouse 2 lengths back. Dawn Run, another good jump there. Buckhouse right with her as they come towards the 3rd last now, and Buckhouse ranging up on the inside. Little cheers between them, and Buckhouse is disputing it now and is going to lead just into it as they jump at Buckhouse. The better jump there. Dawn Run on the outside, racing now towards the 2nd last fence now. They're neck and neck. Dawn Run has made most of the running on the outside. Buckhouse still traveling easily on her inside. They're on the bend just before the 2nd last, a fence that's often caused problems for horses in the past. Let's see how they take it. Tommy Carmody has the inside on Buckhouse. Dawn Run on the outside around the turn, and Buckhouse has the advantage at this stage from Dawn Run on the near side as they race down the straight towards the final fence. Buckhouse over on the far side, Dawn Run on the near side. They're flat out, the pair of them now. Tommy Carmody is the first to go over the whip. Dawn Run on the near side, fighting back as they come down to the final fence. Dawn Run on the near side is the leader. Buckhouse on the far side. Dawn Run and Buckhouse flat out at the last. Dawn Run jumps right across towards the stand side, but she's just the leader at this stage. Buckhouse over on the far side. They're racing down into the closing stages, and Dawn Run, the Gold Cup winner, is going to make it. Buckhouse on the far side. Dawn Run drifting a little to the right, but she's going to win it. Dawn Run wins the match. Dawn Run wins it by about 2 lengths from Buckhouse, and what a great race.
Under orders and running, and Spello and Analog's Daughter first to show as they come to the first. Analog's Daughter and Tommy Carberry land in the lead from Spello. They're all safely over it. Blessed Boy a little bit behind the others. And Analog's Daughter, this confirmed front runner, in the lead from Spello on the far side. The Corrib Chieftain just pecked a bit there, but he's all right. It's Analog's Daughter from the grey, Rich Mead and Spello. There's 2 greys. And then Gambling Prince and Beacon Light and Corrib Chieftain and Netherton and Ardfen and Blessed Boy. Now the plain fence. Analog's Daughter from Spello and Rich Mead and Gambling Prince and Beacon Light and Corrib Chieftain. And that was the order as they face up to the first ditch. Ardfen hit that very hard, that fence, and now coming to the first of the ditches. Analog's Daughter in the lead from Spello, Rich Mead and Gambling Prince and Beacon Light and Corrib Chieftain and Netherton. At the ditch, Analog's Daughter. Band's in the lead, and Beacon Light hit that a bit. Rich Mead hit it, and Ardfen and Blessed Boy are getting right out of touch. They're going such a blistering gallop, and it's Analog's Daughter from Spello for France, then Beacon Light, Corrib Chieftain and Gambling Prince. Behind them come Netherton, and then Rich Mead, who's now losing ground, and it's Analog's Daughter from Gambling Prince on the outside, Spello on the inner, Corrib Chieftain, Beacon Light and Netherton, and the others are virtually out of it now. So Analog's Daughter as they go to the 7th from Spello and Corrib Chieftain and Gambling Prince and Beacon Light and Netherton. And that was the order over the 7th. Analog's Daughter from Spello on the inside, Corrib Chieftain, Gambling Prince, Netherton and Beacon Light closely grouped in behind over the 8th. Analog's Daughter clear though at the 8th. A mistake there by Gambling Prince, and it's Analog's Daughter in the lead from Spello, then Corrib Chieftain. Behind Corrib Chieftain is Beacon Light, then Netherton and Gambling Prince as they come now to the final ditch, 4 from home. Analog's Daughter in the lead from Spello and Corrib Chieftain, then Beacon Light, and then comes Netherton. Gambling Prince has been pulled up, and as they race to the top of the hill, it's Analog's Daughter clear now of Corrib Chieftain, who's gone 2nd. Spello is 3rd. Beacon Light has really got a lot to do, and then comes Netherton. At the top of the hill, it's a 1-2 at the moment for Ireland, with Analog's Daughter and the cries for Tommy Carberry already breaking out in the stand as he's being pressed by Corrib Chieftain for Ireland too. Spello is 3rd for France, and then comes Beacon Light making ground now in 4. The Netherton dropping out of it. They're coming down now to the 3rd last, and as they do so, it's Analog's Daughter being pressed by Corrib Chieftain. Analog's Daughter from Corrib Chieftain 2nd. Beacon Light and Spello jump at 3rd and 4, and then comes Netherton, but it's Analog's Daughter accelerating again, and Tommy Carberry having his first ride in public on this mare, having a great ride too as he comes to the 2nd last, clear of Corrib Chieftain. Analog's Daughter lands clear of Corrib Chieftain in 2nd. Beacon Light has moved into 3rd, and Beacon Light's a faller. Beacon Light has fallen at the 2nd last. Spello is 3rd, and Netherton 4 now as they race round the home turn. It's Analog's Daughter clear of Corrib Chieftain. Another 1-2 for Ireland here as Analog's Daughter comes clear to the final fence from Corrib Chieftain. She's only got to jump it to win the Arkle Challenge Trophy. And her 2nd Arkle, she's won it, she's jumped the last, she's gone clear. Corrib Chieftain jumps it very tight. Netherton's coming to jump it 3rd and Spello 4 as they race up towards the line. Analog's Daughter sprinting away like a really good mare, getting a grateful pat from Tommy Carberry. She runs up to the line to win the Arkle Challenge Trophy. Corrib Chieftain will be 2nd and Netherton 3rd. Here's Corrib Chieftain just coming to the line now to be 2nd, and we'll see Netherton finish 3rd. Netherton 3rd, Spello finishes 4th, and Beacon Light remounted there by Andy Turnell, unscathed like his rider after his fall at the 2nd last when he was already out of contention, a very remote 3rd at the time. And so the official result of the Arkle Challenge Trophy, first number 1, Analog's Daughter, owned by Mr. A.N. Durkin, trained by Bill Durkin and ridden by Tommy Carberry.
So Gaspara towards the next, over from Megan's Joy. United wraps the way through it in third place. Sweetheart makes a mistake back in the field. So out in front, Gaspara still leads by about 4. Megan's Joy in second, United and Dansimar. They've always been in the front 4, this quartet, from Witchwood's Legend. Aura About You in the purple colours on the outside. From over 60, Give It Time. Quevega, Chumbawamba and Issaquah come next as the leader, Gaspara, is again nimble over that flood of hurdles. Carol's Legacy is being niggled along. A few that are struggling. Amber Brook is on the retreat. Also towards the back of the field, Shenanigans, Sweetheart. Also in that rear division, Oscar Rebel, as they just begin to thin out now as they begin the descent. And it's Gaspara leading by a couple of lengths from Megan's Joy in second. United Races in third. Aura About You's moved through into fourth from Give It Time, Issaquah, and then behind these Chumbawamba. Quevega has attached herself to the back of that leading group of 8. Then over 60, who's just begun to drop back through the field as they come down towards the third last. It's Gaspara who continues to travel well. United just shaken up in second place from Megan's Joy. Aura About You comes there strongly. Quevega also coming there quite strongly. Chumbawamba, Give It Time, and Issaquah. So they're making their way down towards the second last. Gaspara with United, then towards the outside. Aura About You continues to travel strongly for Alan Corley. 2 out. United dance a little bit awkwardly, and Quevega emerges on the scene down the outside. Then Issaquah is back in third place, and Quevega takes it up, travelling strongly for Ireland on the turn for home. Quevega for Ruby Walsh. United in second place. Back in third then is Aura About You, and all of a sudden from a competitive race, Quevega stamps her authority, is 4 lengths clear over the last from United and Aura About You. Gaspara at over 60, and off up the run-in. Quevega pulling right away in the closing stages. United, Gaspara sticking on with Aura About You and also only 60, but Quevega has absolutely routed these and runs home clear. Ruby Walsh in the saddle, partners Quevega to victory.
Over on the far side, certainly the pack seem to be closing down that gap a little bit. Here comes Sally, still close up with No One Tells Me and Carol's Legacy in the chasing posse as the gap is reduced. Quevega is not too far behind them. Neither too is Aura About You. Amber Brook, Just Beware, is being driven along. Zarinava getting a little bit closer. Voler La Vedette racing alongside Quevega as they go to the flight at the top of the hill. Now the challengers begin to stack up here as Pépite de Soleil made a mistake there at that flight. That was 4 out. Making their way into the top of the hill, Stravinsky Darts has been whittled back and she's lost the lead. She's dropping through the field, and it's No One Tells Me, Carol's Legacy, together with Voler La Vedette, who goes into third and swings off the bridle. Amber Brook on the inside of Aura About You, followed then by Pépite de Soleil, who's recovered nicely from that error. Also with the challenges, Quevega, she's travelling strongly behind Voler La Vedette, the favourite, last year's winner for Ruby Walsh, as they come down now towards the third last here. No One Tells Me on the inside of Carol's Legacy, on the outer Voler La Vedette and Quevega full of running. Aura About You, Alazi driven, Eastern Legends Whiteface up the inside is battling on bravely. Then Pépite de Soleil Sway looks to be beaten as they come down towards the second last. Carol's Legacy, Amber Brook with the big 2 Irish mares on the outside. Voler La Vedette and Quevega in third and fourth. Eastern Legend in fifth place as No One Tells Me weakens. Down the hill they come to the home straight. 1 more flight to go. There's Quevega on the outside of Carol's Legacy, now shaken up Voler La Vedette as they race up the hill, and it's Quevega and Ruby Walsh who strike the front of the David Nicholson from Carol's Legacy in second, then Amber Brook third. Here's the final flight for Quevega. She was a bit awkward, but she's full of running, and she sprints up the hill here, and she's going to land consecutive David Nicholson mares hurdles to the roar of the crowd. Quevega collects for Willie Mullins and Ruby Walsh in second, Carol's Legacy. And Banjat's Girl has shaken off the attentions of the weakening Silver Gypsy and begins to pour it on. Sparky May, though, moves up stylishly to go second. La Cordioniste is being driven in third. Allegra Lil. Quevega is closing all the time for Ruby Walsh. Moves into about fifth place now as they took the third last. Banjat's Girl, Sparky May. Look at Ruby on Quevega, now goes third. La Cordioniste fourth. Allegra Lil. And then Alazi, who's running a blinder, tracking in fifth place. Coming down the hill towards the second last flight here. Sparky May has launched a decent decent looking challenge here and draws 3 lengths clear of the pack. In second is Quevega, who's absolutely hacking. Alazi is third, Lacourdianese fourth, then Banjack's Girl and Ocean Transit battling on behind these, but as they swing the turn, Quevega is cruising behind Sparky May on the near side, and Ruby even takes a cheeky look between his legs as he begins to ease to the front here on Quevega. From Sparky May and Alazi, up the hill they go. Here's the final flight for Quevega. Comes towards it, 6 clear, beautiful leap by Quevega, and she's not even come off the bridle. It was never in any doubt that it's going to be a magnificent hat-trick in the race for the Willie Mullins trained Quevega, and a treble on the day for Ruby. He didn't have to move a muscle. Brilliant.
Pounds it would appear on Quevega, still only about 8th or 9th, but only 2.5 lengths off the lead as they come over the second from home, and it was just Kells Belwith on the inside. Dora Bell kicking back against the rail. Ixora around the outside. Still there is Golden Sunbird. Quevega is snapping away at their heels. Towards the wide outside is Our Girl Sally as they make the turn for home. Kells Bell goes for home now for Barry Geraghty. To Ixora towards the near side. Quevega now begins to scythe her way through the field. The champion Quevega gets the lead as they come into the wings. The final flight. Quevega is away and clear now by 2 lengths. Kenford Grey Lady is staying on. So too is Shop DJ, but they've got 100 yards to go. 4 wins back to back in the Mares' Hurdle for the brilliant Quevega. Quevega is the champion mare.
Un Artiste now goes third. Miss Milbourne, Shop DJ, Shadow Ella, Cordo Shiny, Lady Kathleen dropping away. And then on the inside, then trying to make a bit of a move, but running into trouble is She Ranks Me, the grey mare. Quevega is keeping out of trouble towards the rear under confident-looking Ruby. Kentford Grey Lady making a forward move. Alazi trying to come from off the pace. Swing Bowler, having hit a bit of a flat spot, is now being pushed along, trying to make up some progress. They're heading down the hill towards the third last here in the OLBG Mares' Hurdle, and it's the French raider Serendene who's out in front narrowly from Swinkum Flame. In third place now, Un Artiste. Quevega just being asked to just close down these leaders, now moves up into 8th place. Cordo Shiny being pushed along. Serendene is 3 lengths clear as they come down towards the second last, but Shadow Ella is now closing with Swinkum Flame coming back with Kenford Grey Lady on the outside, and Quevega's in trouble here. She'll need to pick up quickly. She's not picked up these leaders yet as they turn towards the home straight. Serendene, Shadow Ella in second, followed by Swinkum Flame, Un Artiste, Kenford Grey Lady. Quevega goes into a ridden along 6th place, but she does stay on up the hill, coming towards the final flight here. Serendene from Shadow Ella. Quevega is battling, now goes 4th. Here's the final flight here. Serendene over 2 lengths clear. Quevega now moves into 2nd. Can she do it? Quevega digging deep for Ruby Walsh. Serendene, and she's going to do a Golden Miller. Quevega's come through, and she's going to win a 5th Mares' Hurdle. Quevega beats Serendene. Udi is next. Quevega's made a little bit of ground now. So too is Lunique on the inside in the red and white colours. Colleen enough just a little bit shuffled back through there, but still goes okay then as they go left-handed across the top of the track now and go towards the next flight with Serendene still just in front. Going towards it now. Serendene from Highland Retreat. Taking it in third then on the inside was Little King Robin. Top Totty Poise going nicely. Cockney Sparrow is next with Udi. And then comes behind these Jenny's Jewel. Looking for Colleen enough, who's trying to make up some ground now behind them under a patient Barry Geraghty, who's now tracking Quevega and her stablemate Glenn's Melody, who makes ground on the outside in the yellow and black chevrons. They got 3 more flights to take here in the OLBG Mares' Hurdle as they come down the hill. Serendene is the leader. On the outside is Highland Retreat. On the move now, then become down these is Quevega, still very patiently ridden though by Ruby Walsh. They took that 3rd last flight mistake by Glenn's Melody on the outside. Serendene still going well. Ruby just asking Quevega to pick up now. She does so. Cockney Sparrow is on the move on the inside. Still there with every chance. Moving in second is Little King Robin. Serendene the leader from Little King Robin as they go over that second last, and Serendene is gone. That leaves Little King Robin out in front from Glenn's Melody, and now Quevega goes into 3rd place. Highland Retreat, Lunique racing behind these as they try and stay on up the hill. They're racing towards the final flight now. It's Glenn's Melody, stablemate of Quevega, who's under a bit of pressure here but begins to draw alongside with Lunique on the inner. Coming to the final flight, Glenn's Melody and Quevega, who's battling hard for this record-breaking 6-timer. It's Glenn's Melody just from Quevega, who's going to battle extremely hard and takes up the running, and Quevega is going to make history. The joy of 6 for Quevega. She wins it.